And I highly recommend changing the inequalities into interval notation, so then we can identify the symbols. So the parentheses and brackets. So what will you say this is the same with? Negative infinity, comma. Perfect. With a parenthesis, correct? Correct? Perfect. Now the middle one, what will you say? Comma with a parenthesis. Yes, I understand. So this one? So please identify the domain. Look at what you have, identify what you don't, if that's the case, and then give me the domain so I can start my table. Without the domain, I cannot start the table. Say it again. First the domain. Correct. Yes, absolutely. So what is the domain again? Negative infinity to? Of course. No, it happened. It just happened. It just happened. That's why you have to look carefully at those intervals. It just happened. Good. So then it's negative infinity to infinity. Indeed, I'm going to ask you, and we already have the answer. Now please dictate the symbols under -4. Open parenthesis to the left, and then bracket to the right. Awesome. The symbols under 0, please. Very good. Still parenthesis to the left and bracket to the right. Awesome. Where do these come from? From the interval notation. I just copied them. Perfect. So now please give me the functions. There is a function here, a different one here, and a third one here. The first one is? The function, please. 0. In the middle. Excellent. And the last one. Awesome. Thank you very much. Good. So I need some values here. Let's say -5. When x is -5, how much is y? 0. When x is -4, how much is y? Perfect. In the middle, when x is -4, how much is y? Perfect. When x is 0, how much is y? Perfect. When x is 0, how much is y? Good. And let's also look at 1. When x is 1, how much is y? Perfect. Great job. So now please dictate. We're going to graph the first branch. Please tell me the first ordered pair from left to right. So let me use this color. The first ordered pair, please. 5, 0. Very good. Full point. The next ordered pair, please. What type of point? Very good. So we are graphing 0 between -infinity and -4. Between -infinity and -4, I have to graph 0. Done. I'm using a different color. The next ordered pair, please. Careful. Careful. -4, 4. Perfect. What type of point is it? Perfect. The next ordered pair. We're here. So what type of point is it? Good. So this is the middle branch. Done. Okay, next color. The next ordered pair. We're here, right? Good. I have to fill it in. And the next. Good. But this is a parabola. It's not a straight line, it's x squared. We're going to get to that later. I'm sure you remember this. So this is function f of x. I'm going to ask you to find the range of this function. Remember the range, when we're asked to find the range of a function, we imagine that we cross everything with a horizontal line. No, does it hit the function? No. Yes. Yes. 0 to infinity. Do we feel a little bit better about graphing piecewise defined functions? Yeah, we just have to review them. Once you redo those two, you'll be experts. I'd like to talk about difference quotient. Any questions for me, please, before we continue? Always feel free to say that you need another, yes, please, another example or something. Very good. So a potential graph will look like this. Excellent question. Thank you. The domain of this function is negative infinity, negative 2, union to infinity. Perfect question. Thank you. Something very important about functions is what is called the difference quotient. I don't want to just throw a definition at you. I'm just going to explain what it is first. And then we will calculate it for one or two functions if we have time, hopefully two. Okay, so look at the following scenario, please. This is very important because I will create 2 points. One that I will denote by P and the other one that I will denote by Q. Notice that both points are on the graph of the function. Agreed? I'm going to say that this is x. Please give me the y coordinate of this point. If the point is on the graph, and if x is 5, what will be the y coordinate? We don't have the equation, but you're right. So if I use, let's say, for f of x, x plus 1, and I say x equals 5, how will you find the y value? Right? So you plugged it in, right? Now we are talking about in general. Excellent. So if x is x, how much is this? Of course. In another way of saying it is what? Of course. Indeed, of course. If that is 5, then f of 5 will be the y coordinate. Excellent. Good. Now I'm going to create the x value of y, of q, I'm sorry, the x value of q, the x coordinate of q. So it's assuming that this is very, very close here, very close. But I won't be able to explain what I'm doing if I put it here, right? You're not going to be able to see anything. So q and p are very close. So the x coordinate of q is x plus a little bit. H is a little bit. I don't care to identify it numerically, just a little bit. So q is a little bit on the right-hand side of q, further to the right. Now, can anyone give us the y coordinate? Of course, f of x plus h. Right? If this is 5, this must be f of 5. If this is x plus h, this must be f of x plus h. There is nothing else. Agreed? So please remember this concept. If a point is on a graph and its x value is 10, its y value must be f of 10. Perfect. Excellent. Good. So now I would like to determine the slope of this line. I want to find the slope of PQ.
X1 minus
Careful, the other way, the rise over the run.
minus
Y2 minus Y1 over.
X2.
Good. We remember this, right? If we have 2 points, we can always determine the slope of the line passing through those points. As y2 rise over run, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Good. So now this is the definition. I would like you to give me exactly what I'm looking for because the points are P and Q. So please dictate and I will write it. Very good. F of x plus h. F of x plus h minus. Awesome. Over. Very good. Minus. Indeed. This with this, this with this. Awesome. This is a difference quotient. But what does it mean? You can say, okay, fine, you created 2 points and you drew a line and you asked us to find the slope of that line and now you're saying it's a difference question. Yes. What it means is it's the rate of change of a function between 2 close points. That's all it means. The rate of change of a function. So this is the rate of change of function f of x between P and Q. And Q. That's all it means. So now please give me a quadratic function. Any quadratic function you can think of. Yes, just dictate and I'll write it.
2x squared.
Okay, awesome. Minus 7x plus 4. Excellent. Is this a quadratic function? The question is asking us this. Find and fully simplify the, what do you think? The difference quotient. Exactly. Find and simplify, fully simplify the difference quotient. You do not have to memorize the difference quotient. In other classes like calculus, they have to memorize the difference quotient. You know what it is, but it will be given to you. The point I'm making is you don't have to memorize it. I think it's not difficult, but you're not supposed to. So the difference quotient, we will write it. If we write it 3 times, you will remember it. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. So we simplify these 2, of course. So this is f of x plus h minus f of x over h. So the difference quotient is f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h.
I will say this, because I even in pre-calc, you'll have to, if you take pre-calc, you have to memorize it.
Right.
So
Yes.
we were reading earlier.
Yes, I agree. So here's the function we came up with. I see here 3 pieces. I see this piece, I see this piece, and I see this piece. Which of these 3 pieces I have, and which of these pieces I have to work on, because I really don't have it.
Look at x.
Say it again.
Look at x. Factor out the quadratic.
I cannot factor from 2x squared minus 7x plus 4. I can't factor anything.
You have the f of x itself.
Of course. This piece I have. Done. It's right here. Can't do anything about it. It's done. What about this piece? It's done. I can't change that in any way, shape, or form. It's just a little number that I don't even have. I can't do anything to it. So the only quantity that I don't have and I have to work on is,
F of x plus h.
right. I don't have this. I have to work on it. So please, that's the reason why a few minutes ago I presented this to you for this. Okay? So please tell me what you recommend we do here. Yes, 2, awesome. Parentheses, awesome. Great job. Yes. 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 Yes, yes, yes. Exactly. Because that's how we evaluate this function for f of x plus for x plus h. We have to replace. When I look at this function, this is what I see. I see f of blah equals 2 blah squared minus 7 blah plus 4. My blah now is x plus h. So it must be 2 times blah squared minus 7 times blah plus 4. I know it's silly, but maybe it triggers your memory, and that's good enough for me. Good. Now I need to simplify this. This has to be fully simplified and plugged in there. I'm ready. 2 we have an agreement for it's old, it's 3 weeks old. It already has dust on it.
X squared plus x 2 plus h squared.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oops, I'm sorry, minus 7x minus 7h plus 4. Final step in fully simplifying this because we can combine like terms.
It should be
Yes. 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared minus 7x minus 7h and plus 4. What is all this? No, not anymore. It was initially, but now not anymore. You have till Monday to turn it into plain math and English from gibberish. Good. So now the difference quotient, I'm going to write it one more time.
So you take all of that.
Yes,
And
I'm
then-
going to write it as f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. So now all this gets replaced, but you see in pink.
And then the minus
Yes,
the
2x
original.
squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared minus 7x minus 7h plus 4. Now I'm here.
Then you minus what we had before.
Yes, so what will that be? Minus 2x squared plus 7x minus 4. I cannot just distribute toward the first term. So the function was minus 2x squared plus 7x minus 4. Okay,
Get to cross a lot of things out.
we have to talk about 2 things that have to happen. 1 second, just give me 1 second because I need you to be aware of what has to happen. If it doesn't happen, we have an error somewhere. Don't even look at it just yet. 2 things must happen. The first thing that has to happen, from all terms from the top, the remaining ones, everything has to cancel out except some of the ones that must have h in them. So all terms that do not have h must go away. If they don't, we have an error. After we do that, the second thing that has to happen, this h in the denominator must disappear. If it doesn't disappear, something is wrong again. So now we're ready. Garrett is 10 months ahead of us. So he already said, clear these 2, clear these 2, and clear these 2. The remaining 3 terms, they must have h in common, and I have to pull it out because, as you already know, the next step has to be this. I'm not saying that h will not, an h or a term with h will not be still left in the problem. I'm not saying that. I'm only saying that in the second step, this from the denominator must go away with the factor from the top. So what is left in parentheses? Please give me 3 terms.
4x.
4x in the, careful.
4x.
Yes. Yes. That's it. And this is the difference quotient. This is the expression that gives the rate of change at any point on the graph. We have 7 minutes. Let's choose another.
Looks like a lot, but you can cancel most of it out.
Please make up another function, or I will copy one.
Go ahead and copy.
Okay, let's say 82. on page 252. So by Monday, please finish 2.1. You cannot finish 2.2 yet. I have some pieces in there that I haven't gotten the chance to talk about. So the function is f of x minus x squared minus 3x plus 1. I will give you the difference quotient. You know that these two are done. You can't do anything to those. And you know that you have to write f of x plus h. Let's take a moment and find f of x plus h, please. So it does not. So it turns from gibberish into math. Make sure it turns into math, please. No gibberish. Not in my class. I'll show you gibberish. No way. Gibberish. How dare you? I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding, of course. So we looked at 2.1 and 2.2 tonight. I can tell you something funny. One time, it was probably this class. I don't remember how many years ago, though. You have to bear with me. And I was writing on the board at that time. It must have been, because I've been doing this for at least 10, 12 years. So anyway, I was writing on the board, and the student here says, I hate math. And I said, I'll give you 5 points extra credit if you say you love math. You know what happened at that time, that moment? Everyone screamed at the top of their lungs, I love math. I had to sit down for about 5 minutes. I just couldn't. I couldn't continue. It was so cute. So cute. Okay, do we have f of x plus h? Yes? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So let's take a look. I hope you agree with this. Do we agree with this? Yes? Awesome. Then you have to agree with this. Then you have to agree with this. And then you have no choice but to agree with this. Yes, please.
I'm just kind of missing like one thing, and it's how do you keep getting the 2x h?
See? Told you. We've signed an agreement. Can anyone explain?
It's
Where does that 2 come from?
well, we opened
No, the question was, where do we get the 2 from?
First term plus the second term and then multiply it.
Right?
Two.
2 times the first times the second. The first agreement we signed together. First day of class is, please, I'm begging you. I don't mind begging you. I'm fine begging you. Okay? I want to take attendance, but I'm also always logged out. Why do they log us out so fast? So please write the agreement somewhere on the wall.
Is there a
So when you
clause for
wake
that?
up, you look at it. Okay, Olu is here. Blaze. No, Blaze. No, Blaze is not here. Mary Kate is not. Elizabeth. Carly. Yes. Megan. Yes. Madison, I know. Tyler.
So Keith,
Good. Hilda, I know. Danielle, I know. Dylan, yes. Victoria, I know. Chris, I know. Nicole, yes. Sasha, yes. Chris, I know Chris. Garrett, I know. Alexis, yes. She's doing some homework or something. I keep an eye on her. Caitlin, very good. Logan, thank you. And Becca is here. Okay, so let's finish it up. Of course these two, of course these two, of course these two. And of course age comes out because I need to cancel it with this age. And then negative 2x minus age and minus 3. And that's the final form. Fully simplified difference quotient for the function we picked.